What's actually going on in your business right now? And why does it feel so much harder than it should? Maybe you're feeling overwhelmed, stuck in the day to day, constantly putting out fires, or maybe you've put in the work, but the results aren't what you were hoping for. I've read for business owners in all of these positions, unsure what to do next, needing clarity on what's actually happening before they can move forward. Today, I have a pick a card reading about what's going on in your business and what you can do right now, as well as over the next 6 to 12 months to take your business to that next level. So let's get into it. Welcome to the three piles. We have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. For pile 1, we have an agate stone and all the cards in the reading. For pile 2, we have a blue chalcedony stone, and again, all the cards in the reading. And for pile 3, we have a kyanite stone, and once again, all of the cards in the reading. So pick which of the three piles represents your business. Welcome to the reading for pile 1. For this, we have, as you've seen, the agate stone. And this is a very grounding energy stone that helps promote inner strength, self-confidence, and courage. And it's also thought to balance emotions, promote inner peace, reduce stress, and help you make clearer decisions, all of which you obviously need when you're running a business. And so given this, the significator that was drawn is the 9 of Swords. And what this means is it's saying you're stressed, so much so that you're having trouble sleeping or maybe getting nightmares about what's going on in your business right now. And you've been sort of fighting your business for a long time, and now you're feeling really worn down and defeated. So this is the significator for the reading, the kind of like, the energies that this is based off of, because this is what you chose the pile on. So for the first card, we have the 8 of Pentacles. And this is about the current situation in your business. And the 8 of Pentacles says you're working really hard in your business at the moment. And it's like the tasks are kind of never ending, like they're sort of coming down one after the other, but you're taking everything seriously and getting the work done. It's just a little all-consuming, and how much you have to do, and you're working some like really long hours, and you're a long way from home, sort of like long nights and so on. And it's a lot of work that you're doing right now. So what's going on that you're needing to deal with right now? And for this, we have the Tower reversed. And what this is saying is you're having to deal with overwhelm and all the different hats you have to wear as a business person, and all the chaos that comes from that. It's like you put one fire out somewhere and then, another one pops up somewhere else, and you have to deal with that urgently, which, I know I've experienced it. It can be exhausting and never ending. If this is resonating, please drop a like, subscribe, and comment to help reach more spiritual entrepreneurs. So what can you do to establish a solid foundation in your business? And for this, we have the 7 of Cups reversed. And what this is telling me is that long term, you need to put some systems in place so you aren't continuously just reacting to all these different things that come in and all the fires that need putting out. And instead, you start to move towards proactively making decisions and setting up systems that can deal with things so there's less emergencies, more organization. It's probably likeless because you're only actually working in your business rather than also working on your business. And that's what's causing things to seem so overwhelming at the moment for you. Like, you're never going to crawl out from underneath everything you have to do just to keep going and stay afloat in this business. So it's time to start working on your business and getting these systems and so on in place, because this is what's going to be the foundation of your business going forwards. So what are some quick, easy wins, low-hanging fruit and that lot that you can work on right now in the short term? And for this, we have the Four of Pentacles. What that is telling me is that you need to look at your money systems and your booking systems, having a way to basically remove yourself as the blockage from the bookings and payment system, so potential clients can book without having to go through you. That will solve a big bottleneck that's holding up your business and making you busier than you need to be on things you don't actually need to be doing. Obviously, I don't know what type of business you have, but sit down and have a really good look at what happens when somebody wants to become a client of yours, because something in that process is being held up by this lack of systems, and that's what's causing your biggest headache right now. And it's your quickest fix to getting yourself out of this kind of fight-flight process that you're currently going through, where you're just continuously working and continuously finding emergencies everywhere that are taking you away from actually working on your business. So what should you be focusing on right now? And for this, I have the Ace of Cups reversed. And what this says to me is that right now you need to focus on seeing what you can automate and basically get to flow, like the booking system from the previous card, and keep things just flowing in your business without you having to be part of that. You know, having to initiate every single step where you want to get to is just, it's what's holding you back. So how can you automate your new customer process? How can you set up an FAQ section on your website, or create some short, quick videos that take care of answering your most frequently asked questions, so that it doesn't have to be you that keeps answering the same question over and over to different people? Do you have and your new client fill out the same form? And if so, how can you automate having these forms automatically sent to the client instead of you having to send it each time? Really sit down and work out what can work just as well in your client onboarding without you having to be directly involved each time. So what should you be working on in the next 6 to 12 months? And the 10 of Swords. This says to me that it's more about creating more of these systems so you can basically remove yourself from the process and remove yourself from all the bits of your business that don't actually require you to personally do the work, that are currently keeping you basically nailed to this grindstone and working really long hours and just burning yourself out, frankly. So how can you do this? And you want to look through all the bits in your business, especially this client onboarding booking process, and find out how you can remove yourself and then start looking at other systems. So let's have a look at what weaknesses either you or your business have. And for this, we have the Strength reversed card. And to me, that says that your biggest weakness at the moment is a lack of inner strength to stick to your boundaries and a lack of self-confidence to know that it's okay to say no sometimes. Not every client is your ideal client. And when you take on a client that's the wrong client, they end up taking so much more of your time that you miss out on dealing with the people that you're meant to be helping and the people that you enjoy working with. And it's okay to say no when you get a client that isn't that ideal client. You just got to trust the universe and know that more will come along if you let this one pass by and maybe send them elsewhere and just tell them that, you specialize in XYZ, and they will be better served going elsewhere, because they will respect you for that, and the universe will see that as an abundant energy and bring more clients in. So it really is about having this inner confidence and putting up these boundaries and being okay with saying no. And right now, that's where I'm seeing you're struggling. So what strengths do you or your business have right now? And for this, we have the Hierophant reversed. And for me, that means that your biggest strength right now is your ability to adapt and not be rigid in your process. As a small business, you have a massive advantage over big businesses in how quickly you can change and try something new. And this is a huge strength, and one you've been too snowed under to kind of really use up until now. But once you get these systems in place, you're going to be able to get more into seeing what you can experiment with and what these new, what new results that can bring. It's like guerrilla marketing, sort of that side of things, this is where your big advantage is. What can you do quickly to try and see if it works better? And if it does, then great, incorporate it. And if it doesn't, well, just simply move on and try the next thing until you find something that does work. And this speed of being able to adapt and not be rigid is a massive, massive strength in your industry right now for, because you have this small business. So who or what can give you the most support? And right now we have the Seven of Swords reversed. And this to me says that your biggest supporters are going to come from places you don't expect. People who may have left you a bad review that you can then turn around and solve the problem and convert them into raving fans. People who are a little more off the beaten track than, your usual source of support. Like maybe a tarot reader instead of a standard business coach. People who are not directly connected to your industry, but are adjacent. So you could perhaps cross-refer clients with, sort of like you send them two of your clients because, you're both serve the same types of people and the same people, but you don't both do the same thing. So, they can send you clients, you can send them clients. You basically want to look for the unexpected here. You'll find something that really helps that you'd not considered before, is what this is saying. So what opportunities and market gaps are opening up for you right now? And for this, we have the Eight of Wands reversed. And that to me says that if you can streamline your process, get rid of all the blocks, all the blockages where you're holding the process up and put these systems in. And if you can do all of that, there's going to be a lot of growth coming into your business fast. And you'll be able to align a lot more with your passion behind why you started the business in the first place. So you're actually spending more time doing what you love instead of doing everything that needs to be done just to keep the doors open and keep your head above water. Look out for some highly, highly targeted opportunities that really allow you to hone your niche and become more focused with who you serve as well, as this will actually open up your business and make it grow faster, because you'll have a faster path to being the expert in a smaller niche instead of being more generalized and trying to help with too many different types of clients. And that's also going to tie back into this, because with these sort of adjacent businesses, the more targeted your niche is, the more these adjacent businesses will be able to go, yes, you're exactly who I need to refer to and who I would love to get referrals from. And you can set up some really great partnerships that way, not necessarily legal partnerships, but just cross referrals that get you what you need and get you more clients. So overall, we have 8 reversals in this reading, which is nearly unheard of. And what that says to me is it's really about inner processes in your business rather than the more external things like the actual work. So the three majors we have here as well, so these three show that your strengths and weaknesses, as well as your drive to get away from the current chaos and overwhelm, are your biggest factors in this, in taking your business to the next level and growing, and whether or not you'll actually succeed at doing this. So really looking into this weakness, solving this, focusing on your strength once you've sort of done some of this will help you get away from this and get to this, and a successful, solid foundation business that is moving fast with referral partners, and that will get you out of this stress that you're under. Like, subscribe and comment if this resonated. And if you'd like a highly specific reading for your unique business, then there's a link in the description below where you can book a private session. I'm Karen from Soul Driven Tarot, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, welcome to the reading for pile 2. We have the blue Chalcedony stone for this, which is all about emotional balance, encouraging clear communication, both speaking and listening, self-expression, diplomacy, and reducing anxiety. Again, all of which are really needed when you run a business. So the significator for this, based off the stone that I drew, is the Seven of Pentacles. And what this is about is it says you're getting results in your business, but they're just not as good as you'd like. You feel like with the amount of work, effort, and investment you're putting in, you should be seeing better returns, and for some reason you're not. And this could be, not as many leads, clients, profits, anything like that you want, or even enthusiasm from your employees if you have any. Basically, you're just dissatisfied with the results that you're currently getting. So, what is the current situation in your business? And for this, we have the Queen of Swords reversed. And what this says is you've kind of had enough of what you're going through, and you're starting to complain about it, at least to yourself, possibly to others, which energetically results in you creating more of the same thing. So it's not helping you doing that. And there's a lot of negative self-talk going on about, your business and what results say about you personally. It's like you've obscured all the good things and you can't see them, and you're just focusing on the bits that aren't working instead of being grateful for the bits that are working and then focusing on what you can do to move forward. So what are you needing to deal with right now? And for this, I have the Page of Wands reversed. And this tells me that you need to rediscover your passion for your business, because right now you seem to have lost it a bit. Nothing you do for marketing seems to work, and you're kind of starting to think that nobody needs what you're offering and you're basically wasting your time. However, it's not true. If there are other businesses out there that do similar things and they're succeeding, then people are looking for what you offer. And as long as you are genuinely passionate about it, then energetically there are people out there who need what you're offering, because otherwise you wouldn't be passionate about it. It's just the way the universe works. So it's probably time to sit yourself down and work out whether you're really following your passions and you've just got yourself overwhelmed and, stuck in a bit of fear and stuff, and just kind of forgotten that you're passionate about it, or whether this particular passion has simply run its course and it's time to pivot your business. You need to be 100% honest with yourself, because you are the only person that can truly answer that. If this is resonating, please drop a like, subscribe, and comment below, because that will help it reach more spiritual entrepreneurs, which would be really awesome. So, what can you do to establish a solid foundation in your business? And for this, I have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. And what this is saying is that, assuming that, you have worked this passion thing out and you are moving forward with this, the Queen of Pentacles reversed says the way to establish a strong foundation for this is to grow your practical side of the business. If you have a unique method or process that you use, nurture that. This is your foundation for making you stand out from the crowd. If you don't, is there a way to come up with one? It's basically your unique selling point, your USP, which I'm sure you've heard of before. And it's the reason people should come to you and be a client instead of going to someone else that does something similar to you. So what makes you different? What is the absolute core of what it is that you do? And this is how you create this strong foundation, because this core is what you want to base your entire business off of. And it will help you also hone your target market, your ideal client and things. So really go in depth on that, because that will underpin the entire thing for you. So what are some quick wins, low-hanging fruit, if you will, that you can do in the short term? And for this, we have the Five of Swords reversed. And what this says to me is you need to work on getting some reviews and getting them out there where people can find them. So when someone's coming and looking for your type of business, they are going to find positive reviews about you everywhere they look. You need to dominate your market in that way. So people can see that other people love working with you. And the more people that you have, at least initially, the more passionate people are about working with you and are willing to tell the world how great you are, it will set your business apart by their words of how much you helped them. And they're not sort of just disappointed, because there's a lot of businesses out there that don't put a lot of effort into looking after their clients. So you do, so go out there and get these reviews and make sure they are everywhere, and that nobody can see anyone else, and that you therefore are, their only choice, but also their best choice to come through, because of all these awesome reviews and all these raving fans you have that have left reviews and really want to tell people how great your business is. And that's what you can do in the short term. So what should you be focusing on right now? And for this, I have the Two of Pentacles reversed. And what this says is you should be focusing on getting your finances stable right now. You need that solid financial base moving forwards. Yes, you might be struggling to get clients at the moment. You might be even so new that you haven't had many clients yet. But you need to work out, when you do get a client, where that money goes, what percentage comes straight back into your business so you can build out your marketing and get the word out there. And you also need to know your numbers. And when you take any action in the way of marketing, if it costs you anything, even time, then you need to track the results so you know if it was worth doing and if you want to repeat it or not. Because if you don't track those numbers, then you're basically wasting your time. Analytics and knowing your numbers are the base of everything. So set up your tracking systems now before you move forwards. And this is how you're going to get a more financial stable base, because you will understand what brings money in and what doesn't, and you will move forward only spending money and time on things that work. So you will get more and more efficient as you go, and that will give you this stability. So what should you be working on in the next 6 to 12 months? And for that, I have the Ace of Cups reversed. And what this is saying is your goals over the next 6 to 12 months are around getting things to flow again in your business. You need to turn around this sort of lost passion, your disappointment, and so on, and actually start focusing on the facts from your numbers and the energy of what is working so that you can amplify it. This way, you're coming at your business from both the physical and the spiritual perspectives, both of which need to be addressed to have a good business when you're moving into one that is driven more from your soul than simply just because it made good sense and it looked like an idea that could make some quick cash. If you're following my channel, I know you're interested in aligning with your spiritual growth and your business, because what you do for the largest part of your day has to resonate with your authentic self, or you'll end up like feeling out of alignment. So this means you've got to get your business to that stage, and you need to do it within the next 6 to 12 months. And doing that will help, all the practicalities that you're putting in place. It will help with this feeling aligned, because this is what you uniquely do, and making things flow, which will help more positive reviews come in, which will allow you to then see more numbers, because more clients will also be coming in, and you'll have more money to, attempt different marketing things, which you can then track and work out what works for you. And all of this will sort of drive itself if you can get it to align with your authentic self. So what weaknesses do you or your businesses have? And for that, we have the Four of Cups reversed. And this says to me that you are missing opportunities that the universe is sending you, because you are solely focused on the physical opportunities that the 3D world is sending you, that you're missing the stuff that the universe is basically, from your alignment, is also sending you. And you need to feel your emotions around every opportunity, every client, every joint venture, every marketing avenue, and so on. If it doesn't resonate with you, it's not for you. Then start asking your higher self and spirit team to show you the things that are meant for you, like these extra opportunities here. And you need to start becoming aware of them. And when you encounter them, they are the things you need to jump on and take action on, because this will help you become more and more aligned with, your authentic self and your business. And you will start seeing a massive change if you can do this. But currently, this is a weak area. So what about strengths either you or your business have? And for this, we have the Six of Wands. And for this tells me you're actually really good at acknowledging your wins and accepting praise from others, which is awesome, because it means that you're going to find this task of going out and asking for reviews, especially positive reviews, a lot easier than most people, which is great. And it also means that you believe what people are saying about you when they say how great you are. You actually believe it, which means that you believe it deep down in your authentic self, which is awesome, because as the saying goes, if you don't believe in yourself, no one else is going to. So you have this aspect of things completely solved, which is really going to stand you in good stead going forwards. And it also shows you're doing the right thing, even if the passion right now is kind of just, being covered up a little bit, just by, everything that's going on right now. But you clearly are very, very passionate about this business. So it's a case of rediscovering that lost passion. Because passion right now, in a 5D business, which is essentially what you're going for when you're aligning with your higher self, passion is the biggest driver of everything. It is the most important thing, because that is what your higher self is communicating what you need to do next. It's through passion. So the fact that you are passionate, take that self-belief and really let it shine through everything you do. And that will attract these extra opportunities and help you align. And, if you believe in yourself, your clients are going to, which means even more of these reviews will come, good reviews will come flooding in. So let's have a quick look at what or who can help support you the most. And for this, we have the King of Cups reversed. And to me, this goes really well with this previous card, in that what is going to give you the most support is looking at how things make you feel. Does something feels like it brings you into this stability of your authentic, passionate self? Or does it make you feel unsure and unstable? Because this is clearly a massive thing for you. Your higher self, as I said, communicates through sending you passions. So it's time to really tune into that passion and follow it more than anything else. And yes, you have to make sure it's honestly a passion, and also that you're not just missing some passions because you're hiding them under a layer of fear of like, oh, what do you mean I've got to get out there and do this type of marketing? Couldn't possibly do that. But when you clear the fear, the passion is actually there. So you need to be aware of all of these passions. And if you can work through that, this is what's going to support you the most. These ideas, being your authentic self, letting your passion shine through, it's all linked. So what opportunities and market gaps are opening up for you right now? And for this, I have the Ace of Swords reversed. And to me, what that says is it's really time to nail that niche and your unique offer. Go full in on it, becoming known as the best at what you do. So you can basically just cut out everything from your marketing that doesn't align with this targeted niche. And that way you're going to find your ideal clients will be more and more attracted to you because they can become, they can go to the person who is seen as the person to go to in your niche. And you want to do everything you can to make your ideal clients know that they're in this right place and they have the correct person helping them. And when you do that, they're going to talk to others who are like them, and your client base will grow again from those referrals. And in this one, we actually have 9 reversals, which is pretty much unheard of again. And this again shows me it is all about internal processes, internal alignment with your higher self and your actions. Make sure your business is completely aligned with your highest passion, and things will just take off. That is how you develop this business. Find your core niche, nail it, follow your inner authentic self and your passions. This will bring you more stability. It will bring you more opportunities that you're not currently seeing, which will then give you better reviews that you can then spread everywhere, which will give you more money and a more solid foundation. And it will just basically get you out of this, what am I doing wrong? The results aren't here. Like, subscribe and comment if this resonated. And if you'd like a highly specific reading for your unique business, then there is a link below in the description to book a private session. I'm Karen from Soul Driven Tarot, and I'll see you in the next video. Welcome to the reading for pile 3. This is the one with the kyanite stone. And this stone promotes fact-based communication, helps you see the truth behind deceit, aids with public speaking, soothes conflict, promotes calm, and it can also help you express your true self, develop trust and loyalty, and bring resolution to tense situations. So the significator for this became the 7 of Swords, which is what I drew. And that says you're struggling with some dishonesty or even outright theft going on in your business. It could be anything from getting nasty fake reviews to someone bad-mouthing you to struggling to win potential clients' trust or feeling like you're being taken advantage of, right through to someone actually stealing from your business. So let's have a look at what is the current situation in your business and what's going on. And for this we have the Tower. So what this tells me is that right now your business is in quite a lot of chaos because of whatever is going on. Clients, maybe employees if you have them, are just basically jumping ship. And it looks like this is, a complete disaster for your business. So what are you needing to deal with right now? And for this, we interestingly have the sun. And what this is saying is that you are either closing your eyes to the whole situation and sort of burying your head in the sand and doing everything you can to stay happy and just hope that everything solves itself, or you're stepping up and basically waving this flag to say, I won't stand for this anymore. I'm not going to take it. I'm solving the issue, whatever this issue is. I'm going to do whatever it takes to ride in and save my business because it's my passion. And I love what I do and it's what I'm meant to do, and I'm going to rise above all this and overcome it. And only you can tell which of these two camps you're in. But that's what I'm seeing is going on and what you're having to deal with right now. So assuming that you do want to move forward with this, how do you go about establishing a solid foundation in your business? And for this, I have the Ace of Cups. And what this is telling me is it's about purifying everything and starting afresh. If there is a problem and, sort of like this, that it needs to be cleared before you have a solid foundation. Because if you go forward with that problem, it's just going to grow as you grow, and you don't want that. You need to clear out this issue and get everyone and everything aligned with what you're creating. Wash away any emotional issues, any deceit, any trust problems, and move forward with your newly aligned business. That is what's going to create a good foundation for you going forwards. So what are some quick and easy wins, the sort of the low-hanging fruit that you can work on right now? And for this, I have the Devil reversed. What that is telling me is that it's about letting go of the things that are corrupting your business, whether they're mistakes in your business, bad apples like, employees, contractors that you're working with and so on, or even clients that, you really wish you hadn't taken on. And also addressing a negative mindset that you have about being taken advantage of or having to stay chained to your business because you can't get through and manage everything otherwise because you don't have the resources to invest in like employing the right people. So, it has to be you that wears all the hats and so on. And it could even be some outside influence that's attacking your business, in these sort of like bad fake reviews that I mentioned that it might be. Whatever it is, it's what needs to be cleaned up in the short term right now, as that will be the biggest thing you can do to make your business succeed. So we've got to clear up that this problem that you came in with and the thing you're experiencing. And to do that, you've got to be in the camp of waving this flag and saying, I'm going to do what it takes. And you're going to do what it takes to align your business and purify it and get rid of this problem. So what should you be focusing on right now? And the Six of Swords says that is pretty much aligned with this, it's about moving away from this issue, these rough waters that you found yourself swimming in, and all the negative thoughts, negative communications attached to it. And instead, moving yourself somewhere where there's calmer, clearer, better waters that are like more aligned with you and more in flow and more purely you, and aligning yourself to that. So this really backs up that this is your short-term wins. This is what you need to focus on, getting rid of this problem, whatever that problem is, and you will know what that problem is. So what should you be working on in the next 6 to 12 months? And for this, I have the King of Swords reversed. And what this says to me is you need to work on getting things back to the truth of what you want, this foundation. Getting rid of the lies that either others are telling you or you're telling yourself, or get things on the straight and narrow again. Stand in your truth of what you know a business spiritually aligned to you can bring to the world. Know about your authentic self and that purity, and get your business back to that. And it might take 6 to 12 months, or it might be done instantly. Whatever it is, but that is what you've got to do until it's done, because that is what's going to get you to where you want to go. So let's have a quick look at what weaknesses you or your business currently have. And for this, we have the Page of Cups reversed. And what that tells me is you're not trusting yourself and your intuition around whatever this issue is. You're trying to logic your way through it instead of following what your intuition and emotions are telling you. The truth is there in plain sight. All you have to do is trust yourself enough to listen to it. And that is part of having this spiritually aligned business, is you are aware of what aligns with you. So you need to start trusting that. So let's have a look at the strengths that you and or your business have. And for this, we have the Two of Swords reversed. And what this says to me is that you're really, really good at making decisions when you need to. And you're great at getting yourself unstuck from having any problems that you have. And that's an excellent strength to have when you're running a business, because most of business is about problem solving, let's face it. So you have a really strong strength here. You've just got to trust yourself and let that strength flow through. So what or who will give you the most support in this? And for this, I have the Magician. And what this is saying is the biggest thing you have for support right now is your connection to the divine and your ability to bring what you want into being, to manifest, basically. And you have all of these tools to do it. You have everything you need. So everything is ready and waiting for you to support you to the maximum. It's just up to you to take the action. And to do that, you just got to trust yourself, because you can make a decision, and you can make that decision quickly and get yourself unstuck and solve these problems. And when you trust yourself, you will manifest this solution very, very quickly, and you will go through this and sort this problem out and bring that truth, your truth, back to the foundation and make it aligned to you and your authentic self. So what opportunities and market gaps are opening up for you right now? And for this, I have the King of Cups. And what that's telling me is that the opportunity you have opening up is to make your target market, your clients, your employees, etc., trust you again. Getting emotionally stable about what has been happening is the key to this. But once you've done that, your business is going to be really solid, having weathered this storm and come through stronger than before it started. And it tells me that you're going to be in charge of solving this issue, and you're going to actually manage it, and you're going to turn this around and get back to your truth and get back to a solidly aligned business to be you, with all these problems gone and you in clearer waters. And to do it, you need to start trusting yourself and start becoming emotionally stable around what's going on, and that will drive the whole of this. The four majors that we have and their locations and things, this shows me that it is a very, very immediate issue that needs solving ASAP. And while you might have to use every tool in your belt to do it, it needs to be done before you can move forward and get to this place of full alignment and full stability. But when you do it, you will get there. Like, subscribe and comment if this resonated. And if you'd like a highly specific reading for your unique business, There's a link below in the description to book a private reading. I'm Karen from Soul Driven Tarot, and I'll see you in the next video.